Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of two active kids, and both my husband and I have full time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. But I'm going to be completely honest and admit that it has been over 2 weeks since I've put a plan together. So I'm trying to ease back into planning. I have a beautiful arrangement of flowers that I put together. I have a candle burning. I grabbed my Dr. Pepper and I am ready to start planning again. Life has been completely derailed for me. Work was incredibly stressful and overwhelming. We had homecoming, senior year responsibilities, postseason soccer tournaments for both kids. And on top of that, my kids have also been dealing with some bigger personal issues that I'm not going to get into for their privacy. But everything just felt like too much, and I was completely frozen. When life gets thrown off track like this, sometimes the planning is the first thing to go, even though I know it's what helps me the most. So I am going to flip right past the Kanban board that is completely out of date. This was the week that I started falling behind, and then on the 5th, everything just went south. So I am trying to ease back in. I'm not trying to create the perfect plan or catch up on everything I missed. And I'm going to use supplies that I already have on hand that won't take a ton of time to set up. And I'm planning lightly for this week. If I end up doing more than that, great, but I'm not going to set that expectation for myself right now. If you've ever fallen off your planning routine and felt stuck about how to restart, I hope you come along with me. Let's do this together. So I started this week by just flipping through stickers. That always seems to cheer me up a little bit. And I pulled out some Planner Kate stickers and some stickers from, I think they are September Miracle from Apple Art Company. If I can find them still, I will link them down below. But with my goal of easing back into things, I thought that using images that I already had would help achieve that goal. I do want to start by putting the dates down for this week, and I realized that I don't have dates in the stickers that I pulled, but I did remember seeing some yellow date stickers on something else in that extra stickers book. So I'm going to go back to that and pull those numbers out. It had been a while since I've flipped through that sticker book, so it's always good to look at your supplies from time to time just to remember what all you actually have. I am a crafter at heart, so not only do I have my planning supplies, but I also have scrapbooking supplies, card making supplies, jewelry making supplies. I also have stuff to knit with, which I don't knit, but I have tried. I also have cross stitching things. So just keep in mind that a lot of these things can carry over from different craft areas, and you can always use some of the things from your other crafting hobbies in your planner as well. Now that I have the dates down, I am going to start decorating the page. I debated about whether or not I was going to grab some washi tape, and honestly, I just didn't have the brain power to figure out what would go best with these stickers. So instead of doing that, I'm going to cut one of the longer stickers on my paper trimmer so that I can get washi tape like stickers and be able to run it all the way across the page. I'm also going to drop in a sticker where I can do meal planning. That's what my plan is for this yellow sticker that has the days of the week on it. Right now, I'm just flipping through the stickers because I thought I had one that said dinner. I do not, but I do have one that just has a plate with a fork on it. So I'll go ahead and use that and put it down in the bottom corner. I do not plan on filling up my sidebar with tasks for making all the plans. I've really been trying to dial everything back, be a little gentler with myself. Even with those extra issues that got thrown in, this is a busy season always fall, especially October, is always busy for soccer. So I had already planned on dialing things back, but now I'm taking it back even further. The girls' soccer season did wrap up this week. Unfortunately, they lost their tournament game. The boys, on the other hand, are moving forward, and their next game is on Wednesday. I have no idea what time, I just know that it's sometime Wednesday night. I also wanted to drop in a sticker on Friday because it is the last day of the first quarter of the 2025-26 school year. So I do want to note that I love Planner Kate stickers. I do wish there were some bigger options, but as you can see, I had to get my undo out in order to pull up a sticker that I printed on my own sticker paper. But when I have to pull up the Planner Kate stickers, they pull right up. So that is the difference between a high quality sticker and a lower quality sticker paper. But thank goodness for undo because I would have ruined so many layouts if it weren't for the undo. Here's where I'm cutting that sticker in half so that I can run it all the way across the page instead of just having enough for one side. I did kind of wish that I had a little bit more so that I could put it a little more randomly throughout the page, but I felt like since I was limited to these two strips, I would just run it across the middle of the page on the right hand side and then towards the bottom of the page on the left hand side. I will have to grab my Slice Precision Cutter to trim off the excess. I love this because it does not cut through the paper like my X-Acto knives did. So I'm going to keep building on the decor, but I don't want to make it too busy. I also want to make sure that even though I drop in lines for tasks, I don't want to overplan the week. So it's a delicate balance when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's almost like I need a smaller planner on the weeks that I'm overwhelmed versus the normal weeks or the weeks where I'm feeling highly motivated and I need places for longer lists. But that seems silly to me to jump back and forth between planners. So I will go ahead and stick to this planner, but I will try to minimize how much I put on the page both for decor and for tasks. I am diving back into my sticker notebook to grab a soccer ball for the Wednesday night game, and I'm also going to grab some quotes as well. These quotes are from Just Starkey. Again, if they are still available, I will link them down below. But since a lot of the stickers in my extra stickers book are not new, I sometimes have a hard time finding them. But I'm just trying to keep it simple. So one girl on the right hand side, one girl on the left hand side, and then I will also go ahead and put another girl up in the upper left hand corner. I do try to do things in odd numbers, and when I'm doing three, I try to put them in a triangle and not straight across the page. I did like how the cluster on the right hand side turned out, so I am going to try to do something similar on the left hand side of the page. I am a big fan of yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and bring some more yellow in. I was hoping to find something maybe with the dark green, but I didn't, so I did just go ahead with yellow. Wasn't sure that the blue would fit very well in this color scheme, so yellow it was. I am going to tuck the other girl up in the sidebar, and look how easy this sticker comes up. That is one of the Planner Kate stickers. Again, I really love the quality of the Planner Kate stickers. I just wish that she made them for big Happy Planner size because a lot of the stickers that I have, I feel like they're just not big enough for my full-size spreads, and I tend to use them in my Hobonichi Cousin if I think about it. So let's jump into our task lines. This stencil is from Chrissy Ann Designs. This is the 5mm stencil. She has a variety of stencil sizes so that you can do a 5mm, 6mm, 7mm, or 1/4 of an inch spacing. but I prefer the 5 or the 6 millimeter because I like my lines closer together. Happy Planner, of course, has a stencil as well, but their lines are much further apart. They're probably a little bit further apart than the 1/4 of an inch stencil from Christian Designs. I am going to just alternate where I put the lines, and there is still plenty of white space if I need to brain dump, write a list for something, etc. I do go to Cleveland the Monday after this spread, so I may be needing to make a list of the things I need to take along with me. Most of the time, that goes in my work notebook. But if I am planning and something pops into my head, I will not put it past myself to write it down here so that it doesn't get forgotten. It would eventually get transferred into my work notebook, but at least there is plenty of space to write myself notes. We are also in the midst of college stuff, so that may need to be made into a list as well. So there is plenty of room for that if I need to jot some extra things down that aren't necessarily tasks for a specific day. This week, my sidebar will be used for making all the plans items as well as meal planning. And as I mentioned before, the boys play on Wednesday night for their next tournament game. And then if they win, I believe they play again on Saturday, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then Friday is the last day of the quarter at school for the kids. Switching to my erasable pen, I will start writing in the rest of the events for the week. I have a late meeting week, at least as of now, thankfully, but I am betting that it gets filled pretty quickly. My daughter is done playing soccer until probably January, unless they do an indoor league. And my son will have soccer at least Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. And then it's kind of up in the air after that. I will go ahead and write it in like we are going to win. We have a pretty good chance to win. And then club will pick up as soon as most of the boys are done playing for their high school teams. So I'll need to check and see what the other local schools are doing tournament wise. And if they are almost done or they are done, then it's a good chance that he will end his high school and start his club within the same week, which is what normally happens. And for those following along, the basement remodel got pushed back until December by the contractors, which is probably a good thing, although it's a bummer. We were hoping to have it done before Christmas break started. And because I was so overwhelmed, I did go ahead and pick out bushes and pay somebody to install them, but they have not come to install them yet. And I have a bad feeling that by the time they get to our job, it will be too cold to do the job. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I was hoping to have them in before winter and not have to wait until the spring. Unfortunately, bushes are a fairly hefty investment, at least where we live, and I did not want to take the chance of us planting them wrong and them dying. So I want that responsibility to be on the company and not on us. So now I'm going to look at the content calendar that I have in Notion. I did move everything around after completely falling off the wagon the last 2 weeks. Surprisingly enough, I am not beating myself up about it because I just physically could not do more than what I was already doing. And I was prioritizing my mental and self-care, including taking long baths, trying to get plenty of sleep. None of us were eating a lot, but I was trying to stay hydrated, but I'm hopeful that the stress levels will start to come down and return to a normal level again. So, in order to do that, I am going to reduce my load and reduce the pressure that I'm putting on myself. This includes making all the plans tasks, So I'm just going to gently work on the content calendars for November and December. I would like to put together a video about what to do when your plan falls apart, but I think the timing would be perfect for that one. I want to print some stickers and be ready for weekly planning and monthly planning again. And then I want to start working on next week's plan and my holiday planner. Then for dinner plans for this week, my husband did make bread this weekend, so hopefully we can do Italian subs on Monday night, sloppy joes on Tuesday. Wednesday is my son's game, so that's kind of an on your own type of thing. Thursday, I'm really craving a pot roast now. The weather is getting cooler, and then potato soup for Friday because we have a ton of potatoes that need to be eaten. I will leave Saturday and Sunday blank for now because my normal weekly routine is to finalize the meal plan and put in my grocery order on Friday and pick up those groceries on Saturday morning. Now I will go ahead and break down my tasks for the week, keeping in mind that the house is clean. The only thing left that needs cleaned is the kids' shower. So I will put that on my list, but otherwise, I won't be doing a lot of household chores this week. But I also want to keep in mind that I want to be gentle with myself and ease back in. It's almost like I need to build my stamina back up again after being away from all of this for 2 weeks. But I'll start by breaking down my making all the plans tasks. On Monday, I just want to work through those content calendars. It won't be finalized, but it will be roughly planned. Then I want to record the plan falls apart, both the talking head part and any B-roll and head down shooting that I do. Tuesday, I want to edit that. Wednesday, I want to prep stickers. But I will keep in mind that that may end up getting pushed due to the soccer game. Again, I don't know what time the soccer game is yet, so we'll just have to see. That might need to get shifted to Thursday or Friday. It does take quite a bit of time for those to print and cut. Not a lot of active time, but it does take quite a bit of time for the Cricut to cut the stickers. So I will plan on doing that on the weekend. But I do want to work on my holiday pages as well this week and then start recording those holiday planner videos because I don't know if you know this or not, but it is almost November and holiday planning and holiday events are about to start. Now that I have my making all the plans tasks broken down, I'll come back in and put in my home tasks. The biggest home task that I need to do is cleaning the kids' shower or the guest shower. And then I also need to wash our bedding. It's been 2 weeks, I think, so it's just time to wash the bedding. And then I want to do an entire walk of the house to see what needs to be done and make that list. Will I get everything done? No. Will I get any of it done? I don't know, but I need to know what needs to be done in order to be able to tackle things in a meaningful way. It may also mean hiring contractors to do certain work, but I just feel a little discombobulated, and that is a way to bring me back to what is currently going on. And even though that list will be long and it will be a little bit stressful, it's a different kind of stress than what we've been dealing with over the last couple of weeks. So I'm ready to just ground myself and get back to basics and get re energized, reorganized, and ready for the fall season. But this is my spread for the week. Again, just easing back into things. I know things will get pushed back from Monday to later in the week, but just easing into things and being gentle with myself. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for your patience and all of your support. I really do appreciate everything. And if you are feeling the same way, stick around because I am sure I will have more content dedicated to getting back on track. But I hope that everybody has a great week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.